Hey folks, I'm Mike, and this is the last installment with Botgrinder. I have to say, it's been really awesome interviewing Botgrinder and reviewing this footage. It happened a little while ago, but I'm really glad that I'm able to release it. Botgrinder is truly a really, really good dude. This episode is really just miscellaneous stuff. We just kind of talk about whatever we really want to talk about. Good stuff. He does answer the 10 questions, and it was really fun to talk to him. At any rate, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I remember the first time I ever flew a tiny whoop. It was in the house, and we just kind of flew laps around the house, and that was fun. And we got there's actually like a central bathroom, so there's actually like a little course we can fly. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking, I was like, man, like if you could strap an HD cam to this thing somehow, and actually you could do like full scale like cool footage in houses that would sell houses and things like that. And so like I had the idea for the Cinewhoop a while ago. Obviously I never acted on it. It's not like I'm claiming it. But I just remember thinking, I was like, man, if you could you would need the ducted fans because you need to protect the props, and then drop the GoPro on top of it. And of course now they've got the GoPro 7 and, all kinds of stuff that's some real stuff right there.
Yeah, that picture is crazy on the 7. I don't fuck with that shit, but it does look really nice.
What do you fly for your HD footage?
Session 4. I love my Session 4s, man. $88 refurbished on Amazon with like $7 insurance for a year, and I'll break it within that year, so why would I get more? But refurbished Session 4s all day.
Yeah, I've got a Session 5, and it is I've got I can tell that I've damaged the chip in the back that the CMOS that takes the image, the sensor, yeah. And I'm like, oh come on, just last a little bit longer.
I know, man. I mean, they're definitely running out, but you can still find them on Amazon and eBay and stuff. I did just get the Foxeer box too, so I flew that for like one day, and I made a little video about it. But it's nice. The picture is surprisingly nice on that thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's going to be my go-to. If it's tough, it'll be my go-to. I'll say that. If it holds up as well as the Session 4, which I was talking to Foxeer, and I was like, I kind of want to just go throw this into a bunch of trees, or like put it on my Super Basher quad and just go up and drop it, or just like purposely run it into stuff to do a durability test on the box cam. But I like the picture, so I was like, I don't want to break it. So if they will give me a replacement if I break it, I'll make that video. I'll make the video where I just chuck it into walls to see how long it'll last.
That'd be great.
It'd be fun
to
make.
Get the footage.
Oh yeah,
of totally, you throwing the box cam, yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty durable too. It looks decent for my one day of testing. It looks pretty nice and
it's bigger than the Session, right?
Yeah, it's slightly bigger, enough that it won't fit in any Session mounts. I do have a Runcam 3S or whatever mount that I was going to try it in, because that one bolts on to my GoPro, or my fly frame, I mean.
You were all blurry like Matty Hayes, and then you're not blurry anymore.
Oh, sick. I like this. Wait, I wonder if...
Yeah, if you get far enough away, it has a hard time focusing on you.
No, it's like it's censoring.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's censoring me, flipping you off. It's funny. Okay.
So how do you? So like when you set a goal like that, are there ideas, like do you have steps in your head of how you're going to get to it, or is it just like I'm going to go for this goal and however I get there, I'm just going to get there?
Yeah, I keep it pretty organic. I just work towards it every day, or as much as I can until it happens. I don't try to force anything too much, because most of my life has pretty much been like, just whatever, bro. Whatever's gonna happen happens. Like, why am I gonna resist unless there's something crazy negatively affecting somebody else, and I don't really fuck with it. I'm just like, whatever. So I kind of carry that to like my professional drone career now. Is like, well, let's just see what happens, man. I trust my decisions. How would I put that? I would trust the people I work with have both of our best interests in mind too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I try not to make any deals with anybody that I'm like, I'm not too sure this is going to be good or whatever. I like to be fully confident working with other people, but for myself, then I was kind of like, cool, let's see what happens. let's do these things. Well, I had one failed thing. I made bot tubes. They're little joint tubes or whatever, and I made 1,000 of them because that was their stupid minimum order quantity, and I sold like maybe 200 of them, and now I just have this huge bag of tubes sitting in my room that I don't know what to do with. So I might actually just bring them to International Open and just set them on the table and go home.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should just like, here you go. You should send them out to some of your Patreons.
Dude, oh yeah, that's a good idea too. I think I was going to, and then I hate mail. That's probably what it was. I hate doing mail.
But what you got to do though is like how many patrons do you have now?
Like 116.
So you sign 100, like do like some kind of crazy signature on 116 of them, and you can send it out as historical bot memorabilia.
The failed product, yeah.
The failed product.
There's got to be a way to move these things.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some use for them, man.
I told BQE, I was like, I'll send them to you, and you can just put them in all my bot frames and shit. And he's like, I don't want those fucking things. So I'm stuck with them.
That's funny. So let's, we're getting close to the hour mark or so. I typically have like a series of, well, first off, anything you want to say before we like move into the next segment?
This is really fun. I'm enjoying this. That's all I really have to say.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Like I gotta say it's fun too. For me, I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to interview all the people I've interviewed. I think,
it's a great way to meet people.
It is a good way to meet people. Yeah.
Hey, I have a show. We should come on it.
Yeah, you should come on it. I definitely did not expect us to get as deep as we got. So that was...
I'll get as deep as you want, bro.
That's awesome. So let me move us into our quick question segment where...
Thunder round.
The lightning round, the thunder round.
Lightning round is trademarked by FPV show. You can't use that.
Okay, well this is the I call them quick questions, which I stole fair and square from Matt Diavella. I think you'll have some. I did this with Zorro too. He had some great answers.
Did he just talk about his butt a lot, or say the word butt a lot?
No, he didn't. All right, here we go. All right, let me pull you back up. All right. So quick questions work like this. I'm going to ask you a question. You can take as long to answer it as you want, or it can be as short as you want.
Okay.
But the idea is to get us going. So
I like to do them fast. I like top of the head stuff.
So maybe we'll hit all 8 then. The first one, you have one piece of gear that you can never ever change, but it never ever fails. And if you pick this piece of gear, then it won't ever break, but you can never upgrade it. What piece of gear do you choose?
My rapid fire.
Your rapid fire?
Yep.
Okay. Zorro decided it was going to be his weed bag.
Wait, fuck, did I screw up? Did I waste my wish?
You wasted your wish, man.
His weed bag will never be upgraded, like he's always potting it?
Always
He's so good. He's so good.
Honestly, I've asked this question. Everybody gets this question. They're like, "Oh man, I mean, I don't know, dude."
No, I'm fine. I'll buy pot from the guy in the corner. My video is expensive. That's just expensive. So
right.
I want my videos to be good, especially because my whole career, my video's been bad until I got good video, and that's also helped me improve. Good video will help you improve.
So, what were you using before then?
I just didn't know what the hell I was doing with mounting like shitty AKK video transmitters, and then I had like my box goggles forever. But once I got my Fat Sharks, I got a Furious D, and my video started getting better. That wasn't the shitty video. That was pre module on Fat Sharks. Okay.
So this probably a good segue here. What's your preferred equipment?
Like everything?
Yeah.
Like my setup, the Bot 5 frame, the toughest frame out there.
There you go.
I like my motors a lot for like going like hard ass, like flying like the punk music, but then I like the blasters or a 2207 style motor really for like a smoother flying that I've been doing lately. I like the T motor 35 or 45 amp ESCs. I love those ESCs. They're unbreakable. The flight controller right now, I'm experimenting with Flight 1. I'm like 50-50 on it. I like the Radix a lot. I like the DYS V2, and I like the Foxeer F405. Surprisingly, they sometimes
Really?
have QC issues, but if you get a good one, they're good. I like them a lot, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was paying for them before I got them for free, but now I get them for free, whatever. But
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to put shit in my quad that's going to fail. I like them.
Yeah.
What else is in a quad? I really like the Foxeer Predator cameras. For video transmitter, immersion RC tramps, but recently I've been using the TBS Unify. Yeah, and I've been liking the form factor of those because I've been trying to get my builds smaller. And then that's everything in the quad, right? Yeah. And then I run Crossfire on my QX7. My poor QX7, it's been dropped and has so much dirt and stuff spilled in it. Like the right stick, it just sticks in different positions. So when I arm my quad, sometimes it'll just go like take off. I have to make sure like manually it's in the right spot. It's missing half the switches. The screen protector thing's cracked, but it's still flying. And I don't want to. I know those gimbals. I don't want to ever use anything else.
Yeah, I've actually got an original. What is it? The Tyrannus X9D.
Yeah, that was my first radio.
Not the Plus.
Right.
The X9D. Mm-hmm. And I've never changed the gimbals. One of the switches has fallen off. And, I don't use Crossfire, so I'm using the actual radio. And I'm like, man, I don't know that I ever really want to change this thing. Like, I don't want to swap out the gimbals or find anything new, because this is what I'm used to.
That's one thing. Like, I'll change gear, but my radio, like, I just know how it feels. So I hate any change to that. I hate it.
Yeah.
It really throws me off for like a few days. Then I get used to it, but I hate it the whole time.
Okay. Next one, and you've already answered this, but we'll hit it anyways. How often do you get to fly?
3 times a week.
Okay.
4 times a week.
All right. So some dude walks up to you. He's like, "Dude, I'm such a fan. I've just started flying. What's the first tip you give a brand new pilot?"
Oh shit! I mean, oh god, I hate the thinkers. Like just general FPV tip.
Oh yeah, just anything.
Just fly as much as you can. Fly as much as you can. Because I'm like, if you want to improve, a tip for improving, fly as much as you can. All the time. Find a reason to fly. Don't make excuses. Just go fly. Go fly. If you do it every day, you'll improve. Just fly. Stick time. Stick time.
Yeah,
fly as much as you can.
I agree with that one. I think, and you've already answered this, GoPro Session or Hero 7 Black.
Yeah, Session 4 all day. And possibly Foxeer Box 2.
Okay.
After more testing.
If someone gave you a Hero 7 Black, do you think you'd swap over to it, or do you think you'd stick with your Session?
Yeah, I'd use it till I broke it. No problem. I have mounts all day.
How long do you think it would take until you broke it?
Broke one of them big old clunkers.
Yeah.
After I retuned my quad for the extra weight, finally, and flew it. I don't know, man. I don't really break sessions that often because they don't stick out that much. Like, I'll break a session every 4 months, maybe. But a hero like that, give me a month, it'd be toast. Okay. Definitely a month.
So this next one actually there's surprising answers. I asked Zorro, and his comeback question was very alarming, and I said, let's keep this to FPV. So what's the most drama you found yourself in the middle of?
The drive-by was probably the scariest drama. Oh wait, FPV drama only?
Well, so that's the thing. Everybody goes to like some awful traumatic experience.
You want to hear about the shark attack
life.
or the time my video went out? Like, I don't.
Right? Yeah. So your choice. Do you want to talk about some like crazy drama, or you want to talk about FPV drama, which isn't real drama?
Let's do both.
All right, do it.
I was in a drive-by when I was 13. I was played basketball for the YMCA, and we're in the wrong basketball court because that's where like the Crips played and hung out, and the Bloods weren't about that shit because they wanted that part. So we're 13 years old. Our coach is there. We're just playing basketball and shit, and then just like an Uzi or something, just dumping all through the court. My coach is like, get down. And we all fucking got down and shit, and they drove off, and they were like, all right. And he's like, call your parents. You got to go home. We're like, what the fuck just happened? And he's like from LA fucking thug dude. So he's like, oh, it's a drive-by. Like, it's cool, man. It's over with. They ain't gonna come back and shit. Just time to go. That was my scariest drama thing in life. In FPV,
holy cow,
The biggest drama was like when I first started showing my graveyard videos, people were like, "Oh my god, you piece of shit! Like, I'm gonna beat you up for flying over my grandfather's grave." And I'd be like, "Unless you're 107, bro, this is not your grandpa." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is fucking an abandoned graveyard from the 1900s that barely has volunteers to cut the grass on the weekends and shit. And it's like overran with ticks so bad nobody goes there except for me and like this homeless guy that lives in a shed. But people were having drama about me flying in a graveyard, which I understand if that was like, you know, a weekend in a normal graveyard where your fucking loved one is at or whatever. I wouldn't do that shit. I'd be pissed. It's an abandoned graveyard, so fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I personally enjoyed a lot of the cemetery flying that you did.
It's fun. It's a great place to fly.
Yeah, I mean, really honestly, like you've got a relatively open field. You've got some good points to fly around.
And there's so many graves you can get in between them, you know, little trench runs that are fun.
Yeah.
They look really cool.
I was not one of those ones that had the drama of your graveyard flying, but
I figured, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I figure most of the people that had an issue with it didn't understand the situation because I would have the same reaction, like, that's a little disrespectful, bro, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to alive people, not to dead people. Fuck dead people or dead. Alive people is disrespectful, too.
Right. All right, so do you prefer top mount or bottom mount battery?
Top. I used to love bottom mount on my 210, my BQE 210. That's what I started ripping on, but I like to skid, so top mount all day.
Do you notice, like, is there a difference? I've flown bottom mount, but I typically fly top mount. Do you notice a huge difference in, like, the pendulum effect?
I noticed it, not a huge difference, but I definitely notice COG is just like a ball on a bottom mount, you know what I mean? Where it's like weird on a top mount's flatter or something.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. This is my second blunt. Does that make sense? It's like a ball.
No, I think
it's like a square.
It's like a ball and not a square.
It's like a ball versus a square.
Good answer. Okay, man. All right, so the last one, and you've surprised me all night, so maybe you'll surprise me now. Would you prefer to build or fly?
Flying, yeah.
Okay.
Building is not fresh building. I love a fresh build. Rebuilding, I despise. I hate going back into stuff. I'd rather fly than build. Yeah. All my quads look like shit.
I hate fresh builds. I hate fresh building. Now I'll go back and repair something, and replace parts and do things like that.
It's a new beginning, man. It's like when you start a new relationship with a new partner, you can like all the things that you learned where you fucked up on the last one, you can apply to this one to make it as good as you can, you know?
Right. Well, I mean, that's an interesting take on that. I've been married it'll be 19 years this year.
Yeah.
So like, my last new partner was a long it was her. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it definitely is an interesting perspective. So that's it. That's all the quick questions I've got.
Sick. That was so quick. But
you blew through them. That was great, man. So any final words? Where can people find you? Where should they look for you?
Botgrinder on everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's all Botgrinder. Just Google Botgrinder and you'll see things. What I really wanted everybody to know about is my podcast, The World's Greatest Drone Pilots Podcast.
Yes, let's talk about your podcast.
Featuring Botgrinder and Botgrinder's friend, FPV. Wombat FPV, my buddy. We do a 15-minute podcast, and we have a guest on every time, and we have a news segment and a bunch of stuff, and a thunder round. So it's a whole hour-long podcast crammed into 15 minutes every week.
That's awesome.
On Fridays, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Stitcher, all the podcast spots.
Do you do it? Is it video and audio?
No, it's audio only. 15 minutes, just in and out. It's basically if you live 15 minutes from your job, it's like the perfect thing to listen to on your way to work on Friday.
That's smart.
We did it actually because we're like, we put it on Friday night, so Saturday when you're driving to fly, you can listen to it on your way to fly Saturday morning.
Okay, I like it. I used to edit a podcast. I ran and edited a podcast a while ago. Mm-hmm. And, dude, some of the editing video is so much easier than editing audio.
Yeah, you got headphones on, you hear every little table bump like that.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, do I cut that out? What do I do with it?
I don't do any of that.
that.
I love to
Yeah.
say how we don't edit on the show. I tell our guests, like, it's fine, we don't edit this. Just like, but
Yeah.
Wombat spends 3 hours for a 15-minute show when he does it, editing out all me banging the table, all the bad. Like, we don't edit anybody's stuff out, but he just manipulates the levels so it sounds clean and like fucks with every, because we record each track separately and stuff, and he'll do all separately. So he does a lot of editing. But then I'm just like, oh yeah, we don't edit. You can do whatever you want on this show. And he's like,
I did the same thing. We recorded. It was my co-host and I. My co-host is now my CEO, so it's pretty funny.
Oh, nice.
It was called Tech Moonshine, and we talked about tech, and we did about 25 episodes, but we got up, we started getting up into the 45-minute hour range, and it'd take me 5 hours to edit one episode.
That's a lot.
It was like another job. So you got a cough button.
Yeah, I have the Elgato Stream Deck, so I assigned a cough button to it.
Nice, I like it.
Stream Deck's tight.
I actually probably need to look into it, because is that what you use for your
The live stream?
I
use it for my beer stream, and I do a liftoff stream too, where I gave a liftoff on Mondays. But I actually think I'm going to move that hour stream and combine it with the live stream on Friday night. So it'll be for the first hour of the beer stream, then for the second hour, everybody playing liftoff and stuff. I'm not sure. I'm going to try it out. We'll see what happens. But it's for live streaming, dude. Oh my god, the Stream Deck is so good. You can even use it as like a soundboard for podcasts and stuff too. It's just a hotkey board. You can assign whatever to whatever.
That's good stuff. I've been impressed by the Cam Link. That's what. So the Cam Link is what I've got my DSLR running into.
So I got that juicy picture. Very good.
Yeah, and this is only 720.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I mean the Cam Link will go up to 4K. My machine won't push it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got that actual bokeh going on, not my fake.
Right. Yeah.
Fake
I mean, I've actually recently started making money on YouTube. Like I'm actually pulling in real money on YouTube, like, about $100 a month.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, I'm gonna save that up and I'm gonna buy a new lens.
Yeah.
Like that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save that. That'll be like my little slush fund, and I'll buy. There's a lens specifically I want for this camera. That's about, I don't know, like $500-600.
Damn, what lens?
This is a Lumix G7, and it's the it's like a 12 to 24, but it's an f2.8.
Oh, nice.
So it just,
real juicy.
Yeah, it's very nice. This is a 3.5 at the minimum, which is what you're seeing now, which is, there's just not a lot of bokeh in that.
I've just learned about cameras and camera lenses in the past 3 days, so it's as far as my knowledge goes. But I crammed a shit ton in those 3 days.
Dude,
I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, you did. And there's so much, I actually fell into videography sideways by getting into drones.
Yeah. I feel like I am going to as well. Like this new camera and shit, I'm all about it. Yeah.
So, dude, that's awesome, man. Well, thank you for the inspirational story. I mean,
thank you for having me.
Thank you. This was
love
great
to talk about myself.
Yeah, man. I do too. So it works out well.
Perfect.
So we have a complaint line. What number should we put down for the complaint line?
But just a number, whatever number I want. Put down.
What's Zorro's number?
I was just gonna say, I'll send you Zorro's personal cell phone number.
That'd be hysterical. That would he probably would not appreciate that very much.
I wonder if you can just Google Zorro hotline. Yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. If you want to complain, this is an actual number. Call Zorro's phone number, 510-473-2053. Again, if you would like to complain about me on Michael's show, the number to call is 510-473-2053. Thank you for having me.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the complaint line. Light them up, and we'll talk to y'all later. Thank you, Body.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. I'd like to thank Botgrinder for coming on. He was truly a spectacular guest, very colorful as always, and really, really enjoyable. Thank you, Bot, for coming on. I hope that one day we can meet in person. remember, dude, keep that perspective, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.